welcome inside Hale Pavilion, the site of tonight's championship matchup between the Montgomery Vikings and the Maria Carrillo Pumas here on BNC Sports. And hello again, everyone. Alongside Joe Pasquini, I'm Ron Weethy. And Joe, hey, this should be a great game tonight. The Pumas and the Vikings. Who's going to win?
Well, it's hard to say. After a year of a great, exciting basketball in the North Bay League, a three-way tie for first place that nobody can remember when the last time that has happened. Why not have another exciting game to wrap up the NBL season?
Well, one thing's for sure, Hale Pavilion is just absolutely packed tonight, and they're going to see Robbie Burrows for the Vikings. He had 25 points in his last game. This guy can shoot at the ball.
Yeah, he can flat out shoot, and he's a tough kid. In the semifinal game Wednesday night, Cardinal Newman's defense was geared to stop him. He took some tough fouls, got up off the deck, hit the winning free throw with 24 seconds to go.
Well, the Vikings made 7 threes in that contest. They can't shoot the ball from the outside. But for the Pumas, Justin Harold, this guy is 6'6", 210 pounds, and watch it because he can dunk the basketball. He's averaging 21 points, 15 rebounds. Break it down for us, Joe.
Yeah, and Maria Carrillo, the first time in their history, they're over 500 on a season, and Justin Harold has made it as an amazing improvement. 2 years ago when he was a freshman was the first time he's ever played in public basketball. Now he's one of the top players in the North Bay League, co-MVP.
Well, it's the very first time that they've made the NBL tournament, and it's the very first time that Maria Carrillo has come out over 500 on the season. Should be an exciting game against the Vikings here tonight. You stay tuned. Joe and I will be back and break it down for you, bring you the first half action here on BNC Sports.
Hello, I'm Craig.
And I'm Bruce.
And we're BNC Studio. So, what have you been doing to get Game of the Week back on TV, Bruce?
Well, Craig, I've been writing a lot of letters, sending emails, making spreadsheets, learning Lotus Notes.
What's Lotus Notes?
I don't know, but I'll tell you once I learn it, though.
But how does that help get local sports back on TV in Sonoma County?
Well, what's your bright idea, Einstein?
Well, I was going to make a video and see if we can get sponsors from the local businesses and community.
That's good, too, but I was so close to learning Lotus Notes.
And welcome back inside Hale Pavilion, as tonight we have the NBL championship game between the Maria Carrillo Pumas and the Montgomery Vikings. Let's get right to the starting lineups. For the Vikings, it's going to be Kevin Donnelly, Anthony England, James Berthemeyer, also Robbie Burrows, and Dan Borman, is how it's reported to us. On the other side for Maria Carrillo, they have Justin Harold. He's the big man in the middle, number 41. Mark Robinson, Rich Sweeting, Diego Hall, who's coming off a 23-point performance, and Andrew Korsberg, the senior. Well, it sure is a packed house here tonight at Hale Pavilion as we get underway. And this is the first time that the Maria Carrillo Pumas, in 12 years of existence, have been in this game, and also the first time they've been actually over 500, Joe. A pretty impressive performance so far this year.
Yeah, one team's never been here before, and the other team is always here.
Pumas outside and stolen away immediately by Connell. Connell to the basket and a move. Connell with the first bucket of the game, and the Vikings go on top to get this game started.
And that's another strength of Montgomery. They're quick and they can play defense. Maria Carrillo's got to look and getting it inside. Montgomery in a 2-3 zone, packing it in.
Pumas continue to work the basketball around. They're coming off a victory over Piner. They won 58-54 against the Piner Prospectors to advance this championship contest. And there's Korsberg working the ball around, and they're trying to work against this 2-3 zone that the Vikings have out there right now. Korsberg from outside, and the follow by Harold. And you got to watch out for Harold. He's averaging 20 points a game, and he'll get to the offensive glass with ease.
And he could do everything a big man too. That win over Piner on Wednesday night was Maria Carrillo's first win over Piner in 4 games this season. They got off the snide to get against that team.
The Pumas come out at a man-to-man defense. Here's England. Once again, the sophomore trying to get inside, and there's the drive, a step, the crossover off the glass, and good by Robbie Burrows. Once again, as we mentioned in the opening, he's coming off of a 25-point performance.
And he can stick that three. Challenge the big man that time.
Diego Hall getting to the basket. Hall tying the game at 4.
And these two teams are coming out hot.
Vikings continue to work against the man-to-man defense of the Pumas. On the reverse is no good. And Harold picking up his first rebound, giving it to Hall. They are best friends out there, and they play together. Remember, this guy, Harold, is just continuing to improve.
Yeah, he's getting better each game. Hall is his best friend. In fact, he talked him into joining the freshman team 2 years ago.
Korsberg looking inside. The outside shot is up, around, over the backboard, out of bounds. And Rich Sweeting not able to connect on that particular shot, but both teams come out pretty hot. They're not afraid to shoot the basketball. They're looking to attack the basketball.
Right, and Maria Carrillo hasn't really tried to get the ball inside to Harold. I would expect to see them do that before long.
Korsberg with the injured wrist, number 15 for the Pumas. You can see that wrap on his left hand. He's number 32 working free for the Vikings. Burrows on the shot and the miss, the 6'1" junior.
Got a little out of control that time. Tried to run and it didn't have it. Cost him a turnover.
Check that. Burrows is a senior this year, the 6'1" senior. He's got it in his hands right now. He's walking it across the floor.
Non-stop action so far.
It's a totally packed house here at Hale Pavilion. The left hand by Burrows, and he'll get to the free throw line to shoot 2. The Pumas picking up their first personal foul as a team.
And we talked about Burrows and how he can shoot from the outside like the rest of this Montgomery team. Early in the game, their strategy is to drive on the big man. So far, so good.
Burris makes good on his first free throw. As a reminder, the Lady Pumas came out on top over the Montgomery Vikings with a score of 57-40. Amanda Johnson coming up with 33 points in that contest to advance the Lady Pumas to 28-1 and the Lady Vikings to 20-8. This is Diego Hall. He kicks it over to the right side, working against the Viking zone. There's Korsberg. He's got 1 foul. Hall puts it on the floor, trying to get to the right side. The 15-footer is up and nothing but net. That's his second basket for Diego Hall.
And they need these outside shots. Montgomery's packing up in on their defense against Harold. They can't get the ball to him, but their guards are shooting well for Maria Carrillo.
Anthony England coming off a three-point performance in his last game. He can shoot the basketball. The Vikings actually had 7 3-pointers in that contest. Wow, what a move. And Harold trying to swipe at it, but the sophomore able to get it in there and lay it in. Connell with a nice adjustment.
And again, another hard drive, and you talk about the Montgomery guard. I don't think you can be a guard at Montgomery unless you can shoot the 3.
Inside to Harold. The turnaround jump shot is no good off the glass, and it will remain Pumas basketball.
3 weeks ago, Maria Carrillo beat Montgomery by 28 at the Viking Dome. That was Montgomery's last loss.
Over the top to Harold. The shot turnaround, no good. He didn't hit anything on that one but the backboard. And the hit out to the sophomore again. He tries to draw the contact on Harold, but missing the shot. And back the other way come the Pumas.
Again, Montgomery beat him down the field. They get a very good shot.
Alongside Joe Pasquini, I'm Ron Wheatley, and glad to bring you this game here on BNC Sports. And up and under move is good. And the Vikings back on top by 4.
Beating them down the floor that time. Another steal.
Bertha Meyer really playing well here. Coming up with a steal. England, 3-point threat with a jab step, works it out to Bertha Meyer, and now Burris. Burris works 3-point range. In between the circles, here's the sophomore. He works around the right side. Montgomery still trying to beat this man-to-man. There's England down the lane. The foul, and no. So England to shoot 2.
And again, Montgomery is just taking the ball to the hoop, challenging Harold, and so far they've had a lot of luck doing that. They haven't even tried a 3-point, which is unheard of for this Montgomery team.
Hey, Joe, are you surprised that the Pumas are spread so far out? It seems like they're able to break it down a little easier with their defensive pressure.
Well, I think the first thing you do with Montgomery when you're playing defense is try to stop the three. And they're doing that because Montgomery's not shooting three. They're taking advantage of the outside defense and getting some easy shots underneath.
It's the Vikings 12 and the Pumas 6. 3 minutes remaining here in the first, and Hall getting to the basket. Well, he's quick. He's got a great first step.
Yeah, he blitzed down the lane that time.
England to answer for the three, and back the other way comes the Vikings. You cannot leave Anthony England alone. He will fire it up from any range.
And that's what their first three. We're used to seeing that from Montgomery.
Hall again from outside. The rebound taken down by the Vikings. It looks like Harrell over the back for his first personal foul. That's something that the Pumas cannot afford.
Yeah, and so far as this game started off, if you had told me before Maria Carrillo would have the big rebounding advantage against Montgomery, Montgomery's getting the ball inside against the big guy, and they're even on the boards too.
Again, we've got a packed house here at Hale Pavilion. The shot by England. This guy's money from outside. He's feeling it. Back-to-back threes for Anthony England for the Montgomery Vikings.
Yeah, look out. Once one of them gets going, they're hard to stop. And as quick as they've got a 10-point lead.
Korsberg will take a shot at it. The weak side rebound is knocked out of bounds. Pumas basketball.
Battle for the boards there. This one thing about this Montgomery team, they shoot a lot of threes and they can score quick. And all of a sudden they'll go into the tank on the three-pointers, and then their big lead will be gone. So it's a really streaky team both ways.
Michael Eddy's going to come in for Maria Carrillo. And Mark Robinson's going to take his seat. Boy, he brought a lot of energy. And how about that haircut he's got going there?
Right. Yeah,
yep.
It's a little better than mine, I think.
Robinson taking a seat. Inside. Rich Sweeting will get to the free throw line. While the Vikings have a 10-point lead in the early going here. And Maria Carrillo has come out on top in the two contests that they've had during league.
Yeah, the first time ever Maria Carrillo has ever beat Montgomery. And Ron, when Maria Carrillo beat Montgomery by that 27-point spread 2 weeks ago, it looked like Montgomery wouldn't even make this tournament. They had a tough schedule left with Piner and Cardinal Newman, but they've turned it around and now won 4 straight.
Alec Cobre, the freshman, into the game. He can shoot the three-point shot. That's why Coach Tom Fitchie has him into the contest.
And he's not bashful. He's called up a couple of weeks ago. He had a couple big ones against Cardinal Newman, and that went on Wednesday night.
Well, the Vikings sure have a young team, don't they?
Right, they sure do, except for the main guards.
Wow, what a pass. Not able to make that one, but back the other way come the Pumas. Diego Hall's got it in his hands. This zone's been pretty effective so far, but inside to Harold, he clears it out, and wow, going on a foul inside. Harold to shoot one. He'll get the basket and close the lead to 6 as Harold got inside and made it a strong move to the basket.
And that's something you don't think about when you look at Harold. It's strength underneath, but man, he really had it that time, didn't he?
Justin Harold now with 4 points. He's coming off a 16-point, 18 rebound, 12 block performance. Last time against the Montgomery Vikings. That one tipped out of bounds by Mitch Rowe. Well, this has been a frenetic pace back and forth, and so far there's 1 minute, 5 seconds remaining in this game. You got to feel that the Vikings are really kind of controlling the tempo.
Right, and they're going up and down the court, which I think they want to do. Rowe had a gimme that time, couldn't put it down.
Hey, Joe, how will the 94 feet, being it's a college court, affect this game? Is it favor the Vikings rather than 84 feet at the high school level?
I think since Montgomery's been in these kind of games before, I think maybe just slightly.
Oh, here's another three from outside. That's no good. And the rebound taken down by Michael Eddy for the Pumas.
Man, Ron, listen to this crowd.
And the fadeaway knocked down by Rich Sweeting. The senior Sweeting with the sweet fadeaway.
So Montgomery, after the 10-point lead, Maria Carrillo came back to score 6 straight to get right back in it. As I said, Montgomery can be a streaky team, both good and bad.
Robbie Burrows in between his legs. Shot clock off. There's 13 seconds remaining in this first quarter. His team leads by 4, 18-14. Here goes Burris breaking down Korsberg, getting inside against Harold. The up fake, the kick out, the steal by the Pumas. Back the other way, and the shot clock is going to run out on Maria Carrillo. Trail by 4.
Not a bad start, is it, Ron?
Wow, pretty exciting game here so far. Well, at the end of 1, here at Hale Pavilion, it's the Montgomery Vikings 18 and the Maria Carrillo Pumas 14. We'll be back to start the second quarter.